Hello guys, hello everybody. Okay guys, so interesting and exciting things are about to happen. Basically, President Trump is about to come into office. So I'm just doing this live right now just to see how the market is going to react to show you guys now. I'm also quite interested lah to actually find out. So let me just shift it up. I'm still figuring out how can I add in this. Let me see. Let me figure out video capture. Okay, hold on. I think maybe I got an idea. Okay. Yeah, I think it's this. Is it this? Okay, guys. Hold on one more.
House Majority Leader, the Honorable Steve Scalise, Speaker of the House of
Okay, you can see
Representatives,
the
Honorable
already.
Mike Johnson, Senate Democratic Leader, the Honorable
Let me do some predictions. You guys just
Ranking
look at the
Member
news.
of the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies, the Honorable Deb Fischer, and Chairwoman of the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies, the Honorable Amy Klobuchar. Ladies and gentlemen, the President-elect of the United States, the Honorable Donald John Trump.
What? The YouTube screen. Let me see. Okay. There he is.
That makes it difficult.
Yeah.
That's why she wore the hat.
Hello. Thank you for tuning in.
We should definitely wear that if she goes to France.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Today's purpose is not really 100%. It's just to enter a trade, but it's to really just see how the market is moving, especially after he comes into taking his position as president, and then also to hear his speech, because usually what he said that will highly affect the markets. Okay, so we can see that together.
Yeah, for anyone outside the US, this chant of USA is something that often happens at Republican rallies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
They even mentioned that it was a bit delayed already today. I think about half an hour.
Are they looking at their smartphones? Is that what?
Not means I think already about to announce already.
Woman of the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies, the Honorable Amy Klobuchar.
Good morning,
She ran
everyone.
for president. Wanted
Welcome
Yes.
to the 60th presidential inauguration. Today, President-elect Trump and Vice President-elect Vance will take their oaths of office, and we will witness the peaceful transfer of power at the heart of our democracy.
A subtle or not so subtle mention again.
For the past year, I've chaired the inaugural ceremony committee, which includes the leadership of Congress from both parties. We thank the committee and Capitol staff and law enforcement who worked so hard over the last year, and especially the last 3 days. You've done a beautiful job, and you have shown grace under pressure. Our theme this year is our enduring democracy. The presence of so many presidents and vice presidents here today is truly a testament to that endurance. We welcome President Biden and Dr. Biden. We welcome Vice President Harris and Doug Emhoff, President Obama, President Clinton and Secretary Clinton, President Bush and Laura Bush, Vice President Pence, Vice President Quayle and Marilyn Quayle. The justices of the United States Supreme Court are with us, all 9 of them, I counted, and of course, the Trump and Vance families. This ceremony marks what will soon be 250 years of our democracy. It is the moment when leaders elevated by the will of the people promise to be faithful to our Constitution, to cherish and defend it. It is the moment when they become, as we all should be, the guardians of our country. Through war and peace, through adversity and prosperity, we hold this inauguration every 4 years, and today it falls on Martin Luther King Day. A further reminder that we must strive to uphold the values enshrined in our Constitution, the freedoms, the liberties, and, as is inscribed on the entrance of the United States Supreme Court, equal justice under law. But what makes this moment more than a passing ceremony is all who are watching it across the country, the people of this nation, the ordinary people doing extraordinary things. President Kennedy, who at one point worked as a senator in this building and would often walk through this very rotunda, once said, "In a democracy, every citizen, regardless of interest in politics, holds office. Every one of us is in a position of responsibility." With that responsibility of citizenship comes an obligation not to seek out malice, as President Lincoln once reminded us, but to view others with a generosity of spirit despite our differences. With that responsibility of leadership comes an obligation to stand our ground when we must and find common ground when we can. With everything swirling around us, the hot mess of division, it is on all of us, to quote an incredible songwriter who just happened to be born in my state, to ensure that our nation's democracy is our shelter from the storm. There's a reason this ceremony takes place at the Capitol. In other countries, it might be in a presidential palace or a gilded executive office building. Here it is traditionally held at the Capitol, the People's House. It is a fitting reminder of the system of checks and balances that is the very foundation of our government, 3 equal branches of government. That is how, for nearly 250 years, our great American experiment, grounded in the rule of law, has endured. So, as we inaugurate a new president and vice president, let us remember that the power of those in this room comes from the people. The construction workers who build our country, the teachers and healthcare workers who nurture us, the troops defending our freedoms, and yes, the firefighters in Los Angeles putting themselves on the line for us. Our democracy's strength and grit must match theirs. May God bless our nation. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Endurance through the years is the ultimate test. To persevere through time is the truest measure of an idea, an institution, and a nation. Our founders wrote the Constitution so that America could withstand all the twists and turns of time. They wrote it to guide us and to preserve forever our right of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But as much as the truths and principles enshrined in our Constitution remain the same, our democracy promises the people the power to change, to chart their own destiny. That's the beauty. That is the importance of democracy. It allows the endurance, the permanence of a nation through change. It allows nations like our United States both to avoid the obstacles and to seize the opportunities God has placed before us, all while staying true to our founding principles. Today is our country's 60th inauguration ceremony. Like all the others before it, it is a celebration of our right to set our uniquely American course. The past several years have been trying at times for many, many Americans, and also for the nations of the free world that we humbly strive to lead. In November, Americans chose again to steer this nation towards greatness, the secure, safe, and prosperous future that our founders envisioned for all of us. And today, we celebrate not only their decision to do so, but also the simple right and wisdom of a free people to make their own choice so that their nation might endure. And now, allow me to welcome Archbishop Timothy Dolan and Reverend Franklin Graham, who will deliver our invocation. Please rise.
Be still and know that I am God, supreme among the nations, supreme on the earth. Let us pray. Remembering General George Washington on his knees at Valley Forge, recalling Abraham Lincoln at his second inaugural.
I'll be honest, right? This is my very first time seeing the process of how a presidency is actually being taken over. So this is all very new to me.
Pray when fighting, pray alone, pray with others, pray by night, pray by day. Observing the birthday of the Reverend Martin Luther King, who warned, without God, our efforts turn to ashes. We, blessed citizens of this one nation under God, humbled by our claim that in God we trust, gather indeed this inauguration day to pray for our President Donald J. Trump, his family, his advisors, his cabinet, his aspirations, his vice president, for the Lord's blessings upon Joseph Biden, for our men and women in uniform, for each other whose hopes are stoked this new year, this inauguration day. We cannot err in relying upon that prayer from the Bible, upon which our president will soon place his hand in oath, as we make our own the supplications of King Solomon for wisdom as he began his governance. God of our fathers, in your wisdom you set man to govern your creatures, to govern in holiness and justice, to render justice with integrity. Give our leader wisdom, for he is your servant, aware of his own weakness and brevity of life. If wisdom which comes not from you be not with him, he shall be held in no esteem. Send, wisdom from heavens that she may be with him, that he may know your designs. Please, God, bless America. Please mend her every flaw. You are the God in whom we trust, who lives and reigns forever and ever. Amen.
Mr. President, the last 4 years, there are times I'm sure
Almost. I think it's almost there.
praise him and give him glory. Let us pray. Our Father and our God, thou hast said, blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord. As the prophet Daniel prayed, blessed be the name of God forever and ever. For wisdom and might are his. He changes the times and the seasons. He removes kings. He raises up kings. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to those who have understanding. Our Father, today, as President Donald J. Trump takes the oath of office once again, we come to say thank you, O Lord our God. Father, when Donald Trump's enemies thought he was down and out, you and you alone saved his life and raised him up with strength and power by your mighty hand. We pray for President Trump that you'll watch over, protect, guide, direct him. Give him your wisdom from your throne on high. We ask that you would bless him and that our nation would be blessed through him. We also ask that you would bless and protect Melania as First Lady. We thank you for the beauty, the warmth, and grace that she shows not only to this nation, but to the whole world. We thank you for Vice President-elect J.D. Vance and his wife Usha and their young family. May he be a strength to President Trump, to stand beside him, to hold up his arms like Aaron held up the arms of Moses in the midst of battle. The prophet Samuel reminded the people, it was you that brought them up from the land of Egypt. And he said, now stand still that I may reason with you before the Lord. So, Father, we take this moment to stand still, to remember the great things that you have done for this nation. Thank you for the protection, the bounty, the freedoms.
Okay guys, so basically I'm seeing a target above here. So basically, around this section here, this line. Yeah, hold on. Every time when I change it becomes dark. Okay. But then I do want to wait and see if there are any reactions towards this orange colored line section that I drew. Okay, we also seen a clean break towards the upside in the smaller time frame. Okay, in our bigger time frame bias, we're still moving towards the bullish side. Okay, and there's a new liquidity that has been set. Basically a new high set by Bitcoin. Okay, so that's what I'm looking towards now, where Bitcoin will be shooting up to that zone. So, but I still want to wait and see how the reaction is once the price goes to that, not yellow, but orange line that I drew. Yeah, so we just wait and see.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, James David Vance, do solemnly swear.
I, James David Vance, do solemnly swear.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith.
That I will bear true faith.
And allegiance to the same.
And allegiance to the same.
That I take this obligation freely.
That I take this obligation freely.
Without any mental reservation.
Without any mental reservation.
Or purpose of evasion.
Or purpose of evasion.
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
on
which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. Vice President.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chief Justice Roberts to administer the presidential oath of office.
We wait and see how price reacts once reaching Arizona, and then we see what time they announce also. It'll play a big factor.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States
the office of President of the United States
and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So help me God. Congratulations, Mr. President.
Guys, basically he is president now, I think so. Yeah, because he already took the oath already. He already said it. Okay, let's see if we give any speech.
Okay, if you're joining us now, this is DW's special coverage of the inauguration of President Donald Trump. The president just taking the oath of office, and we now have the 47th president of the United States, Donald Trump. And they were a little behind schedule. We're going to let our viewers know we're a little bit behind schedule with this, but I think they changed the rundown a little bit so that they could stay around the noon hour there in Washington, D.C. And we were commenting that President Trump has a very solemn look on his face today.
Yeah, but I think that's not out of the ordinary. I mean, he wants to project, the
power and authority.
And that's part of his brand. And I think Rachel said earlier, it's not always, you don't often see him laughing. It's not so much. He's kind of.
He doesn't do the sort of American smiley thing. He really doesn't smile much.
He's funny in his speeches. He entertains people, certainly.
This is the U.S. Naval Academy Glee Club right here.
Oh, okay.
But it did seem that, was it me or did some of the family members?
Okay guys, watch reaction, Prior to any sort of entry, watch reaction, We can see now he's reacting to that zone perfectly, right? Always wait for what? We wait for close, okay? After close, watch the next candle. It can also be a bullish candle after I can push all the way to the bottom. I won't be entering right now because I'm seeing a strong push towards the downside. So pay attention to price action.
But maybe that could still happen though.
Yeah.
And President Trump's inaugural address is, according to the program, is supposed to happen after the Naval Academy finishes with the Battle Hymn of the Republic.
Okay. Perhaps I'll have Carrie Underwood do a sort of closing song.
Yeah.
that sense of, partial generational shift really on show with J.D. Vance, yeah?
Totally, yes. Definitely.
His wife,
with their baby.
one of his children.
Yeah, guys, this is not the one.
During
This is not the one that is holding. So now let's look at when price goes to the zone that we drop below here, right? Let's see our reaction and see if we get any or not. Hold any sort of entries. I want to see once he do any speech, how the reaction would be like.
It travels to. Do we know where President Trump is going to travel to?
This is something I haven't heard. I mean, we've heard a lot about the executive orders. We've heard a lot about the border. I haven't heard, but that doesn't mean that they don't already know.
I mean, certainly there's been speculation that he supposedly wants to have a visit to China at some point. But if that would be his first visit, of course, that would be quite a statement. But yeah, I was just double checking. What was his first foreign trip last time? Can you remember? Saudi Arabia.
Oh,
yes, that's right. Remember, we covered there was this evening with the swords, the dance.
That's right. Yeah. No, there was some pretty iconic images coming from it.
Well, it's also a bold choice for the first visit. So.
Maybe placing a bet on Israel wouldn't be.
Okay, guys. So basically, right, what we are seeing, right, is that initially I was looking towards the entry earlier when we saw it at M5. The reason why is because, let me break it down, Okay, it's going down like crazy. Yeah. Don't worry. You gotta wait. You see now? You see the zone that I drew, right? It's kind of like respecting it, but still do not enter yet, guys. Okay, I still have a feeling that Bitcoin is going to go up, to be honest. I really feel that. So I'm going to stick to my bias. So the reason why, right, is because this was a break, right? So this was a downtrend, and then there was a break here after a price has taken out the liquidity in M5, if you can see. Okay, so once price taken out liquidity, there was a reaction towards the upside, and also it caused some sort of imbalance. So that's why upon reaching this zone, I was waiting to see how price will react prior to any sort of entry, but we didn't get any sort of reaction that we want to see towards the upside. That's why hold on first, guys. Do not enter blindly, because right now it's like really towards the fundamental side. We gotta wait and really see what he will say. I'm pretty sure, like, when I'm mistaken, this is my first time ever seeing this sort of like presidency, how they take over and all. But then I think he would give a speech, right? I mean, makes sense, right? Why don't he should give a speech? So now let's just wait and see, guys. Let me do some more fundamental analysis. Technical analysis. One moment, guys. You guys enjoy the news.
I mean, one does have to say for Trump supporters that that he lost election, that he had a moment of
honor and pleasure
infamy, and then to win solidly. It's been quite a curve.
The 47th President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump.
There we go. Bit of a smile.
Thank you very much, everybody. Well, thank you very, very much. Vice President Vance.
This is the time.
Speaker Johnson, Senator Thune, Chief Justice Roberts, Justices of the United States Supreme Court, President Clinton, President Bush, President Obama, President Biden, Vice President Harris, and my fellow citizens. The golden age of America begins right now. From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first. Our sovereignty will be reclaimed. Our safety will be restored. The scales of justice will be rebalanced. The vicious, violent, and unfair weaponization of the Justice Department and our government will end. And our top priority will be to create a nation that is proud, prosperous, and free. America will soon be greater, stronger, and far more exceptional than ever before. I return to the presidency confident and optimistic that we are at the start of a thrilling new era of national success. A tide of change is sweeping the country, sunlight is pouring over the entire world, and America has the chance to seize this opportunity like never before. But first, we must be honest about the challenges we face. While they are plentiful, they will be annihilated by this great momentum that the world is now witnessing in the United States of America. As we gather today, our government confronts a crisis of trust. For many years, a radical and corrupt establishment has extracted power and wealth from our citizens while the pillars of our society lay broken and seemingly in complete disrepair. We now have a government that cannot manage even a simple crisis at home, while at the same time stumbling into a continuing catalog of catastrophic events abroad. It fails to protect our magnificent, law-abiding American citizens, but provides sanctuary and protection for dangerous criminals, many from prisons and mental institutions that have illegally entered our country from all over the world. We have a government that has given unlimited funding to the defense of foreign borders, but refuses to defend American borders or, more importantly, its own people. Our country can no longer deliver services in times of emergency, as recently shown by the wonderful people of North Carolina, been treated so badly. And other states who are still suffering from a hurricane that took place many months ago. Or more recently, Los Angeles, where we're watching fires still tragically burn from weeks ago without even a token of defense. They're raging through the houses and communities, even affecting some of the wealthiest and most powerful individuals in our country, some of whom are sitting here right now. They don't have a home any longer. That's interesting. But we can't let this happen. Everyone is unable to do anything about it. That's going to change. We have a public health system that does not deliver in times of disaster, yet more money is spent on it than any country anywhere in the world. And we have an education system that teaches our children to be ashamed of themselves in many cases, to hate our country despite the love that we try so desperately to provide to them. All of this will change starting today, and it will change very quickly. My recent election is a mandate to completely and totally reverse a horrible betrayal and all of these many betrayals that have taken place, and to give the people back their faith, their wealth, their democracy, and indeed their freedom. From this moment on, America's decline is over. Our liberties and our nation's glorious destiny will no longer be denied, and we will immediately restore the integrity, competency, and loyalty of America's government. Over the past
The thing that I'm waiting for, right, guys, is for him to mention anything related to Bitcoin or any crypto-related statements. Usually, if he mentions these kind of things, right, then you see how the market moves. Let's see, let's see if he mentions anything about that.
Those who wish to stop our cause have tried to take my freedom and indeed to take my life. Just a few months ago in a beautiful Pennsylvania field, an assassin's bullet ripped through my ear. But I felt then, and believe even more so now, that my life was saved for a reason. I was saved by God to make America great again. Thank you very much. That is why each day under our administration of American patriots, we will be working to meet every crisis with dignity and power and strength. We will move with purpose and speed to bring back hope, prosperity, safety, and peace for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. For American citizens, January 20th, 2025 is Liberation Day. It is my hope that our recent presidential election will be remembered as the greatest and most consequential election in the history of our country. As our victory showed, the entire nation is rapidly unifying behind our agenda with dramatic increases in support from virtually every element of our society, young and old, men and women, African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, urban, suburban, rural, and very importantly, we had a powerful win in all 7 swing states, and the popular vote, we won by millions of people. To the Black and Hispanic communities, I want to thank you for the tremendous outpouring of love and trust that you have shown me with your vote. We set records, and I will not forget it. I've heard your voices in the campaign, and I look forward to working with you in the years to come. Today is Martin Luther King Day, and his honor, this will be a great honor, but in his honor, we will strive together to make his dream a reality. We will make his dream come true.
Cool, guys. See, Simon and waiting to hear what he say. Good or bad, good or bad. So you fly up or down. We will find out, we will find out.
Is now returning to America, and confidence and pride is soaring like never before. In everything we do, my administration will be inspired by a strong pursuit of excellence and unrelenting success.
Also, guys, pay attention, Bitcoin, right? This long wick that you're seeing, right? I drew below, right? It actually meant to take out the H1 liquidity, and also you're taking out the M5 liquidity, and then you're showing a reaction towards the upside. The reason why it's not moving right now much is because he's still speaking. That's great to see, if you mention anything related to crypto, blockchain, Bitcoin, and we will see.
Executive orders. With these actions, we will begin the complete restoration of America and the revolution of common sense. It's all about common sense. First, I will declare a national emergency at our southern border. all illegal entry will immediately be halted, and we will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came. We will reinstate my Remain in Mexico policy. I will end the practice of catch and release. And I will send troops to the southern border to repel the disastrous invasion of our country. Under the orders I signed today, we will also be designating the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. Invoking the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, I will direct our government to use the full and immense power of federal and state law enforcement to eliminate the presence of all foreign gangs and criminal networks, bringing devastating crime to U.S. soil, including our cities and inner cities. As Commander-in-Chief, I have no higher responsibility than to defend our country from threats and invasions, and that is exactly what I am going to do. We will do it at a level that nobody's ever seen before. Next, I will direct all members of my cabinet to marshal the vast powers at their disposal to defeat what was record inflation and rapidly bring down costs and prices. The inflation crisis was caused by massive overspending and escalating energy prices, and that is why today I will also declare a national energy emergency. We will drill, baby, drill. America will be a manufacturing nation once again, and we have something that no other manufacturing nation will ever have, the largest amount of oil and gas of any country on earth, and we are going to use it. We're going to use it. We will bring prices down, fill our strategic reserves up again, right to the top, and export American energy all over the world. We will be a rich nation again, and it is that liquid gold under our feet that will help to do it. With my actions today, we will end the Green New Deal, and we will revoke the electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto industry and keeping my sacred pledge to our great American auto workers. In other words, you'll be able to buy the car of your choice. We will build automobiles in America again at a rate that nobody could have dreamt possible just a few years ago. And thank you to the auto workers of our nation for your inspiring vote of confidence. We did tremendously with their vote. I will immediately begin the overhaul of our trade system to protect American workers and families. Instead of taxing our citizens to enrich other countries, we will tariff and tax foreign countries to enrich our citizens. For this purpose, we are establishing the External Revenue Service to collect all tariffs, duties, and revenues. It will be massive.
Yeah, crazy. Even gold also. Consolidation. Cow already. Gold also not sure where to move already. Let's wait and see. Huh? I'm pretty sure he will speak about crypto. Let's see.
Government. My administration will establish the brand new Department of Government Efficiency. After years and years of illegal and unconstitutional federal efforts to restrict free expression, I will also sign an executive order to immediately stop all government censorship and bring back free speech to America.
I like how they suddenly stand up.
Never again will the immense power of the state be weaponized to persecute political opponents. Something I know something about. We will not allow that to happen. It will not happen again. Under my leadership, we will restore fair, equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law. And we are going to bring law and order back to our cities. This week, I will also end the government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life.
So many big things, guys.
We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based. As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female. This week, I will reinstate any service members who were unjustly expelled from our military for objecting to the COVID vaccine mandate with full back pay. And I will sign an order to stop our warriors from being subjected to radical political theories and social experiments while on duty. It's going to end immediately. Our armed forces will be freed to focus on their sole mission, defeating America's enemies. Like in 2017, we will again build the strongest military the world has ever seen. We will measure our success not only by the battles we win, but also by the wars that we end, and perhaps most importantly, the wars we never get into. My proudest legacy will be that of a peacemaker and unifier. That's what I want to be, a peacemaker and a unifier. I'm pleased to say that as of yesterday, one day before I assumed office, the hostages in the Middle East are coming back home to their families. Thank you. America will reclaim its rightful place as the greatest, most powerful, most respected nation on earth, inspiring the awe and admiration of the entire world. A short time from now, we are going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, and we will restore the name of a great president, William McKinley, to Mount McKinley, where it should be and where it belongs. President McKinley made our country very rich through tariffs and through talent. He was a natural businessman and gave Teddy Roosevelt the money for many of the great things he did, including the Panama Canal, which has foolishly been given to the country of Panama after the United States. The United States, I mean, think of this, spent more money than ever spent on a project before and lost 38,000 lives in the building of the Panama Canal. We have been treated very badly from this foolish gift that should have never been made, and Panama's promise to us has been broken. The purpose of our deal and the spirit of our treaty has been totally violated. American ships are being severely overcharged and not treated fair shape or form, and that includes the United States Navy. And above all, China is operating the Panama Canal, and we didn't give it to China, we gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back. Above all, my message to Americans today is that it is time for us to once again act with courage, vigor, and the vitality of history's greatest civilization. So as we liberate our nation, we will lead it to new heights of victory and success. We will not be deterred. Together we will end the chronic disease epidemic and keep our children safe, healthy, and disease-free. The United States will once again consider itself a growing nation, one that increases our wealth, expands our territory, builds our cities, raises our expectations, and carries our flag into new and beautiful horizons. And we will pursue our manifest destiny into the stars, launching American astronauts to plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars.
Stance is like way cool. Whenever you give a speech, oh, like Elon Musk is there. Oh, an AI one, real one.
Is the lifeblood of a great nation. And right now, our nation is more ambitious than any other. There's no nation like our nation. Americans are explorers, builders, innovators, entrepreneurs, and pioneers. The spirit of the frontier is written into our hearts. The call of the next great adventure resounds from within our souls. Our American ancestors turned a small group of colonies on the edge of a vast continent into a mighty republic of the most extraordinary citizens on earth. No one comes close. Americans pushed thousands of miles through a rugged land of untamed wilderness. They crossed deserts, scaled mountains, braved untold dangers, won the Wild West, ended slavery, rescued millions from tyranny, lifted billions from poverty, harnessed electricity, split the atom, launched mankind into the heavens, and put the universe of human knowledge into the palm of the human hand. If we work together, there is nothing we cannot do and no dream we cannot achieve. Many people thought it was impossible for me to stage such a historic political comeback. But as you see today, here I am. The American people have spoken. I stand before you now as proof that you should never believe that something is impossible to do. In America, the impossible is what we do best. From New York to Los Angeles, from Philadelphia to Phoenix, from Chicago to Miami, from Houston to right here in Washington, D.C., our country was forged and built by the generations of patriots who gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom. They were farmers and soldiers, cowboys and factory workers, steel workers and coal miners, police officers and pioneers who pushed onward, marched forward, and let no obstacle defeat their spirit or their pride. Together they laid down the railroads, raised up the skyscrapers, built great highways, won 2 world wars, defeated fascism and communism, and triumphed over every single challenge that they faced. After all we have been through together, we stand on the verge of the 4 greatest years in American history. With your help, we will restore America, promise, and we will rebuild the nation that we love, and we love it so much. We are one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. So to every parent who dreams for their child, and every child who dreams for their future, I am with you, I will fight for you, and I will win for you. We are going to win like never before. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. In recent years, our nation has suffered greatly, but we are going to bring it back and make it great again, greater than ever before. We will be a nation like no other, full of compassion, courage, and exceptionalism. Our power will stop all wars and bring a new spirit of unity to a world that has been angry, violent, and totally unpredictable. America will be respected again and admired again, including by people of religion, faith, and goodwill. We will be strong and we will win like never before. We will not be conquered. We will not be intimidated. We will not be broken, and we will not fail.
Look at Price, look at Price. Price is pushing down, pushing down.
We will live proudly. We will dream boldly, and nothing will stand in our way because we are Americans. The future is ours, and our golden age has just begun. Thank you. God bless America. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I thought he was going to speak something about crypto because he always mentioned about crypto. Okay. He's still there. Inspiring. So powerful. Yeah, even the news is okay, man. BTC dropped 2.12% in just 5 minutes. Okay, guys. Wait, let me stop the news thing. Because the main thing is actually I wanted to see what he would say. Okay, one moment. Is this the capture thing? Oh, this is the thing. Okay. So, never mind. It's okay. I was really hoping he was going to say something about crypto lah, because he always talk about crypto. Today, he don't want to say something about crypto. Yeah. But still actually very nice to see all of the claims all he make are really powerful claims. Okay, so never mind. It's okay. We just do our analysis. So this one is still my potential target lah. Because this is the newest high that Bitcoin has created. Okay, so right now basically Bitcoin don't really have any sort of how can I say that? I guess you can say resistance. Yeah, in this form of resistance that you cannot really say that that Bitcoin has any anymore lah. So what does that mean, right? Basically, is this. Let me show you guys. Okay, imagine this is a resistance. Okay, this is also resistance. Okay, sorry, the boxes are not same. This is also resistance. Okay, let's say price starts off here. Okay, and then price is going in uptrend now. Okay, when price breaks here, right, sometimes price kind of struggles because it's pushing price, but something is pushing price. So eventually, right, once price taken out enough of liquidity power, okay, then buyers, right, the strong buyers will step in because that is basically their POI. Then they will be able to push price through to break that first resistance zone. So then price eventually sometimes will dance inside, okay, it will try, sometimes it will go a bit lower, sometimes it take liquidity already, and then it will break through again. Then guess what? The same thing happened. Yeah, my drawing took too much of space already. Okay, took liquidity and then go through again. Okay, so if you see, right, just on this basic okay scenario, whenever price comes nearby a liquidity is not liquidity zone, I would say resistance zone, right, then usually will have some sort of pullback lah. Okay, because something, remember, resistance is basically the roof, right? So basically it will push price down. But once price reach a new section, okay, there is literally nothing slowing price down. But the only thing that we need fuel for this move to continue is actually, Baramis, I was hoping he would say something good about crypto lah. Because if he said something, at least something, confirm this fly already. Guarantee already, confirm this one fly already. Okay? So as of now, okay, Bitcoin is basically dropping. So let us see what is in our daily, we can see. Okay, so what we can realize, right, is this was the highest point where Bitcoin actually broke through. We actually did our predictions also about this in our live, where we predicted that this is the next target Bitcoin will be heading to, and it did actually went higher than that. Let me see, what was this target? This target was roughly 110 already. It was 110. Actually, we can just go on the candle. We can see this also. The high is 109, basically almost 110, 109, 987.2, guys, crazy. It's almost 110, and we predicted it to go about 108 only, 108 something. Okay, so basically this is a new high now, and then we can see kind of like a strong reaction towards the downside. Okay, so technically, okay, we see price already taking out our 108 liquidity zone, and then we're seeing a, what is this? A push towards the downside. Okay, very strong push. Look at this is daily, and it's moving. Let's go smaller time frame. Then you guys can see. Look. Let's go even smaller. Yeah, look at it, how it's pushing. Okay. So now we can see price pushing down. So I cannot really say anything for sure yet based on the daily, because we got another 6 hours left for this candle to close live. Okay. But based on H4, okay, this is our liquidity zone. Okay, basically H4 liquidity zone that has been taken out, and then price is showing us a very beautiful rejection towards the downside. Okay, so this resistance zone is, I cannot really say it's holding or not, because this H4 candle not yet closed yet. Okay, H1 candle is not yet closed yet. So this could be just a temporary push towards the downside before potentially again this support zone, now support lah, resistance to support, could potentially be starting to push price up back again. Because like our example previously, right, price could literally, right, just come down here to take out this liquidity zone. Once it's taken out this, right, it could come back, use this support as a stepping stool, because buyers already come in the market, and then price could fly up. This could also potentially happen. Yeah, and then you can see we are seeing some sort of rejection. So buyers, if there's some small signs that actually buyers are coming in and not allowing price to go down right now, as you can see. Okay, because easily can go down means trust me, confirm can go down. We did a live session also about what news was it? I think it was NFP. I think it was CPI or NFP lah. We saw how price just shoot only. Just don't care one. The fundamental already say already. You will shoot one. But if you can see, right, you want to go down, you go to a very strong candle, but then somehow somebody is fighting here, and then it's still within that. Now is support zone lah. So I cannot really say for sure that this will be potentially going to the downside, because to be honest, we are very bullish. Obviously lah, we are very bullish lah, because prices keep going up. Okay, if you can see what trend is this, up, down, up, down. Okay, this one got a bit messy lah. Okay, basically we are still in the bullish trend. Okay, in the bigger time frame, we are not seeing any change of structure yet. Okay, basically a market structure break also, I'm not seeing any yet. Even this also is still a break towards the bullish side. Okay, only if we see market able to close below this line, basically go below this line, close. Okay, basically maybe I draw it up. Okay, market managed to go through this line, close, show a form of reaction. Okay, it could be here, it could even be here. Ideally, it will go back to the support and resistance zone now. So basically right now this is support and it's holding price, it's still doing its job, price is still respecting that zone. Okay, that's why we don't make any decision yet, guys. Wait first. Okay, so price is still respecting this zone. If price disrespect this zone and come all the way to the bottom here, and then it goes back to the zone and starts to respect it. What the respect it means? Basically means it's not pushing any higher, but it's going to continue its downtrend. Then you guys can look for a sell opportunity. So where ideally could you be potentially aiming for your sell? Okay, personally here got a resistance zone lah, but I personally think this would be the section that potentially price will be going to lah, if downtrend lah. Okay, if downtrend, so I'll just mark it down. But for us to confirm a downtrend, we need to see price disrespect this zone first. Okay, break through this candle's low, and then come back to forming our pullback and using that now support. If we break through, it becomes resistance zone to fuel price back towards the downside. If we are seeing this, then you guys can aim roughly here lah. Maybe I can find that number. Let me see what number it is. 91230.9. Maybe I'll write it down. Hold on. 91230.9. Okay. So this is the price lah. To be honest, quite low lah, because we already the 100k already lah. Okay. So if price respects the zone means then our previous target lah. Basically our previous high lah. Okay, this one. Let me go to the 15 minute and show you guys. Yeah, this is the safe target. The reason why I aim for this safe target is basically because Bitcoin is in a new high. So I cannot use any previous data to validate how high Bitcoin can go. Yes, there is a lot of potential because based on my support resistance concept just now, right, that there is no longer any roof holding price. So basically now price is free. And I was hoping he would say something related to crypto, and I guarantee since nothing is holding, we'll see a big push already one. But he didn't say anything. Yeah, disappointing. Still nice to hear, but you know, this you cannot predict the market. You cannot predict what other people will say also lah. So basically, it's okay, no problem. Okay. So guys, if downtrend, wait for it to break through and close. Remember, most important is what? Close. Wait for candle to close. Watch the reaction for a pullback. Okay. Ideally, we want to see a reaction once it come back into the now support. If breakthrough will become what? Resistance zone. That will eventually fuel price to move towards the downside, and then you guys can aim basically this liquidity resting in this number here lah. Okay. The moment price starts to reach about halfway, set BE, let the trade run out. You want to close partial profits? Do that. Okay. So right now you can see price is holding. That's why I always wait. Don't just see a big red candle then enter. Please. This is the worst mistake that we all can do as traders. Okay. Please don't do that. Always wait for candle to close, guys. if you think if you're waiting for candle close means right, you'll miss the opportunity, right? Trust me, now only January, okay, we got so many months of opportunities to catch. If you miss this one, you will get the next one. If you miss the next one, you will get the other one. Okay, there will always be opportunities every single day, not only today. So don't worry, never chase price. Okay, that's why earlier my predictions, I thought once it reached that zone, it will go for a buy, but I didn't enter because I clearly mentioned we have to wait and see how price is reacting. Very important for me. It's all about reaction. Okay, ideally if there's a liquidity zone there, and then if price react, confirm I enter already just now lah. I was really waiting for my phone ready to enter it. But then when I see too strong of a push down, and then price close with a very long bearish candle, it's okay. Not ideal. Not ideally a good entry lah. Okay, so if you can see right now, right, what are we looking at? Because we are patient, okay, we are observant, we are waiting, and we already drew our bigger time frame, how to say, like support resistance areas, right? So we can see that area is holding quite well. It's pushing price up. See, we go 15 minutes, we can see big bullish candle. Oh Guna, big bullish candle, does that mean we can enter? Not yet. Why? Because we still have to wait and see certain things. Okay, what I like to see right now, right? Personally, what I'm seeing is this liquidity zone. Okay, price is what? My favorite word, reacting. I always must see price reacting, and I want to see a good reaction. You guys can tell me lah. If you guys are not too tired to type or anything, you guys can let me know lah. If this is a strong reaction or a weak one, I give you the answer lah. Okay, it's actually a strong reaction lah. Okay, so this is a strong reaction, exactly what I want to see. Okay, so since this one is showing me a reaction towards the one upside, right? Okay, so basically now I want price to break these highs. See these highs here? I want price to break these highs. This is what I want. Let me remove this. This one is not important anymore. This one is also not important anymore. Okay, so now I want to focus on this two only. What I want to see? I want to see price break this high, and not only break with the wicks. I want to see price break it in the form of price actually closing above. But again, remember, we will never know how can price move, because why? In a pullback, okay, basically this is not pullback now. I'm looking for reversal. Okay, there's these terms now, okay, pullback and reversal. Pullback basically means it's a continuation of the trend. It's just the way how market moves. Okay, impulse, pullback, impulse, pullback. We went through this so many videos already. Reversal basically means like this. Better to draw. It goes down. This is a pullback. Okay, reversal means basically it goes back in the opposite direction. This is a reversal. So this is what I'm looking for. And so far, candle is showing me a form of reversal, but I cannot say for sure yet. Why? Because what's the magic word? Candle never close yet. So you see, goes down. What's this? If it stops here, we are still what? In a bearish trend. So regardless our bigger time frame bias is towards the buy side, we are still considered what? In a bearish trend. Even though we say, hey Guna, but the support is holding what? We're seeing very beautiful strong up candle, correct? You are correct. But in internal structure, what are we seeing? We're still seeing a bearish push to the downside. Always swim with the current, never swim against it. And we as traders need to make sure our bigger time frame bias and our smaller time frame bias align with what we are seeing. And so far, it is not aligning yet. Even though certain things are respecting certain zones, that doesn't count as alignment. It needs to align more. Okay, so let me see. Let us go to even a smaller time frame. And let me just check it out. Okay, this one even more beautiful. The respect that I'm seeing. Okay, I like what I'm seeing here. Okay, so basically, right, we need to see how price comes in here and react. To be honest, for me, I'm not really interested in this trade yet, because I'm not seeing what I would like to personally see. Okay, so far this section here is nice, but then I would like to see actually a move towards the upside first to close above. and this one is just still considered a pullback move. So the risk for this trade is still higher lah, to be honest lah. Okay, so remember, just stick to our initial analysis, guys. If price breaks below, closes, use this zone, okay, basically as a potential platform, okay, to push price even lower. Okay, so that's what can happen. Roughly, it will come here lah, if we're going towards a bearish trend lah, basically a bearish move to the downside. Okay, but right now we're seeing a nice rejection, so we just gotta wait and see if price fulfills our criteria or not. Let me see what is this line. Is it a H4 line? Yeah, this is a H4 line. So this one is not relevant anymore. Okay, this one is just for my own personal view. I want to see what is going on. So right now, this is the only thing that matters. Okay, this is basically the target that I am not hoping but expecting price to hit. Okay, basically this M15 zone. I truly believe, to be honest, I truly believe that Bitcoin could go higher because of that concept that's now shared with you guys about resistance. Now no longer much resistance. Of course, right now in current price we do have, this is the last form of resistance. Basically this is not resistance, this is liquidity lah, but resistance resting here lah. I can briefly draw it lah for you guys. Okay, roughly here. Okay, basically this is the last form of resistance that is holding price lah. Okay, that didn't allow price to go above. Oh, hold on, let me put it down. Okay, basically here, guys. Basically here. This is the last form of resistance. So if price, not if lah, to be honest, I really feel it will. Price breaks through that, nothing holding price anymore. Okay, really price can just fly away, depending on the news and all lah, what we see, because it just come into presidency, right? For us it's like 1:58 AM right now. For them it's just only afternoon. So I think it will be releasing some news and all. Okay, so guys, yeah, we go back to 1 minute. We want this, if you want to enter, right, potentially can. Okay, you see this move here, right? Okay, the reaction. This is the ideal entry lah, here lah, roughly here, if for me. But I wouldn't enter this trade. Okay, the reason why is because if we go to our 5-minute time frame, I want to see what close above this zone prior to my entry. Okay, but maybe we can just simply try, not a trade, but just a prediction wise. We see the risk level. Okay, so this is not a very safe ideal SL zone now. Okay, but of course, if you are looking for price to react from this point, you should not expect price to go below this point now. So in my opinion, right, it's okay to set your SL here, to be honest, in my opinion, because by right price should not be going any lower than this lah. Okay, even if you look at the pullback, right, basically this is a pullback, right? If it's a pullback, okay, you see, basically roughly around this zone where price should be coming down lah, into lah, that is your equilibrium level. Okay, and then this one is the around 60 to 70% zone. Okay, price potentially can come and reverse from there also. The reason why I just placed my SR here is because we are sitting inside one. This is now support zone parallel. So by right, the support zone should not allow price to come all the way below. It should show some sort of reaction towards the upside if it's a strong move to the upside. So let's see. Again, to be honest, based on my entry model, if I want to enter on M1, this would not have triggered my entry yet. Okay, because you see this line here, this will be my entry. I just want to see if we were to enter this trade, would it be okay or not? In terms of percentage wise, to be honest, I would say maybe 40% yes, 60% why am I 60% is I don't think so, because I rely on this lah. I really want to see this lah to be broken above lah. Because right now in this time frame, right, it's still in the downtrend. This could still be considered as a pullback. Okay, even in your 1 minute time frame, okay, this is not a break, guys. This is still considered as a pullback because right, this is the high even in your 1 minute. Okay, you can consider this lah also, but look, I got mentioned before, candle close. Okay, can you see this line? These are all not bodies, these are all wicks. Okay, candle body didn't close above, so even in the 1 minute or so is a little bit sketchy, in my opinion, if we were to enter. Okay, but this is a lot more like aggressive entry lah. The safe SL, okay, will be here. This will be the safe SL, but I won't be putting that because if your analysis right, remember I always tell you guys, always give yourself a percentage and always stand in the point of a buyer's point of view and also a seller's point of view. Don't always just stick to one point of view. Always have two. Okay, so then you know if price reverse on you, you already know because you already have a seller's point of view. Okay, since price is not going towards the downside, I know where price is going to go. That's why we already mark out our target. Where's our target? Not this white line, this one. Hold on, because we have smaller time frame there. This is my target. So if I'm seeing a bearish push to the downside, to be honest, we are very bearish in the smaller time frame, but we are not bearish in the bigger time frame. You see, we are bearish. It's going down. Okay. So if it continues to go down, I won't be confused. I don't have to do my analysis again because why? I already analyzed the market for two scenarios. This is how you enhance your winning capacity in trading, guys. So you see, this is basically will be my target now. So if smaller time frame, smaller time frame, sorry, if it's in a bullish, it's starting to form a bullish trend, which is what I'm mostly predicting lah. My percentage is more towards bullish compared to bearish lah. Okay, just because of who is coming into office and then what is his background, what does he like, you know, he always talk about this crypto thing and all. Yeah, so that's why. Because of him only, guys, crypto went up to 100k. I'm very confident because of him. Because in one of his how to say, it's not as it's considered speech lah, I guess. Like that is before he became even elected for president. He already give like speech like in terms of what he will do, right? But I think most also like that. Whenever you want to become president, they will always give a speech first to the public so that they can like support you and all. So because they'll be excited with what you are suggesting to change, especially in the country. So then he got mentioned in one of those speeches where he told all Americans to do not sell your Bitcoin. And his goal is to make sure that, if I'm not mistaken, most of the Bitcoin or even all of it is actually owned by Americans. Yeah, so ever since he said that, I remember it was around 40,000, I think the price, 50,000, and then went up to 100k. Not on the same day, it took a few days, but it went up all the way, just you know, flew, man. Yeah, but not the same day, but it did go up. Yeah, so that's why I'm just using that understanding and then what he said, and then now he's in the office already. So I was hoping to hear that statement again today, which we didn't, unfortunately. Yeah, but it's okay. Again, so I don't think, guys, I will be holding you guys for too long because I think you guys have to go to the office and work out tomorrow. Tomorrow now already 2 a.m. already. So just keep in mind, okay, if you were to enter, this would be the proper entry model lah, okay, for M1, but the risk is a lot higher because why? In your smaller time frames, we are in a bearish push down, okay, and this could be treated as a potential pullback. Okay, basically market moves how? Market moves like this. You see? This is how market moves. This is a bearish example because we're in a bearish trend right now. Impulse, pullback, impulse, pullback, impulse, pullback. So you see, impulse, pullback, impulse, pullback, because it never breaks this high. What we want to see? We want to see this happen. Okay, so you see, impulse, pullback, impulse, pullback, impulse, reversal. This is what we want to see. If I see this in the M5, then straight away I'll be pointing out already my POI, okay, basically where I'm interested to enter the market. But if you're a little bit more aggressive of a trader, then this will be my entry. The reason why? There's a reason as well, because this liquidity has been swept and then I'm seeing a very beautiful sweep towards the upside. Okay, I'm also seeing some gaps that have been created in the market, potentially showing I won't say interest, but potentially showing the power of buyers actually being in this zone, potentially only, okay? Again, we must also consider it's not a very strong push towards the upside because he never managed to break the previous high. Even in our M1 section, okay, if we treat this as the previous high also, it didn't really close above it. Okay, basically wicks I just spoken about. So if you ask me if the buyer's power here is strong or not really. That's why my winning percentage, if you want to enter this trade, is about 40%, and then 60% is towards the downside. I really feel still it's going to move down. I'm not really confident it will move down. But my overall bias is still towards the upside. I'm just waiting to see that type of market structure shift, and then what is price telling me upon sweeping certain liquidity zones that are important based on my trading strategy. So I'm only seeing this sweep being ticked offline. But in terms of changing character, how price is reacting, the power of buyers, how they manage to push the price, basically from here to here, I wouldn't say that's strong enough because I never managed to really change market character yet. Yeah, but right now we are in the consolidation phase. Okay, so always after consolidation, we will be seeing a very strong push to the upside. The only downside is that we won't really know when consolidation phase will finish. I could be potentially holding you guys here until maybe 6, 7, maybe until Asia session, to be honest. Okay, right now we are in New York session. Okay, as you can see the green one, New York session. So potentially I could be holding you guys until Asia session, which is basically in the morning. I think 7 or 8, I think, Malaysia. Because I don't really trade Asia session. It depends, only if I really see something. Okay? Yeah, so I think we will end the video here, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, giving me your time, watching the news together. Okay, I don't have to watch alone, I can watch with you guys. So that was fun. And then we get to see a lot of powerful claims from President Trump, which is exciting things to look forward to. Okay, so right now again, analysis, guys. Overall bias for me still towards the upside. I really feel that Bitcoin will be taking out this high. Okay, basically the 109,975. Okay, we'll be taking out that range, and then potentially it'll be going up. I really feel eventually we're going up to 200k. I really feel that. Okay, maybe even more. Who knows? But for now, we don't focus that far first. Bias is it will take up this range. Just look out for this resistance zone that we are looking here. Okay, because this is the one that right now is the last kind of like resistance zone. Of course, if you see in M1, there's quite a few. Okay, there's quite a few in M1. But I treat this because this one is in my little bit bigger time frame, around the M15 range. Okay. So once price breaks that, confirm this is gone. This liquidity will be taken, and then price will be shooting up even higher. So if you want to enter for your buy right now, can, but it's a little bit risky because why? It never really broke this section here. Okay. Basically, only the wicks of the candle pierced it. So you can enter, but then the risk is a lot higher. Okay, this is not actual TP, but to play safe, okay, basically you are in M1 and we're not saying very push to the high side. This will be your safe TP zone. Okay, don't drag your SL, really just don't, not worth it. Okay, the reason why is because we are not seeing change of character yet for you to put your SL, even like if you really think it will go up, don't do that. Okay, only if you really see change of character, you're seeing certain things, you're seeing strong gaps, okay, caused by bulls in the market. Okay, then if you want to put your SL because you really believe in the trade, because your percentage is higher, okay, fine, good. But always stick to your own risk management. Okay, guys, for this trade, don't do that because we're not really seeing a very strong push to the upside. So just if you want to enter, and if you already entered, okay, right now, if you're, this is your entry point lah, okay, if you're in profits right now, set BE, let the trade run, no need to think about it, you're safe already. Okay, if you're not yet enter, okay, good also, just wait for change of character. Okay, once that happens, wait to see how price reacts upon coming back into your POI zone, and then the targets that you can aim, I already gave you guys here. This is the one for buy, and then if we are seeing a continuation of a bullish, bearish push to the downside, you guys can aim for this target here. Okay, remember to trail your stop losses, so depending on how much price has moved either towards the upside or downside, regardless, up or down, trail your stop loss. Always protect what? Your capital. Okay, guys, So I think that will be all for today. Yeah, let me see one moment. I just got so lost in price. Seeing price is always very fun, man. Always very interesting in how they move and how they react and all. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much, guys, for joining me, watching the news. Okay, we will continue with our live session tomorrow, and then we will talk more and based on how Bitcoin actually moves. Tomorrow morning, I wake up, I'll be so interested to find out how it will move. Okay, take care, guys. Thank you so much. Have a very good, I don't know if to say good night or good morning. Very early morning. Take care. See you. Bye bye.